Welcome back. This is Jessica with marketingforgreatness.com. In today's video, we are going to demystify what is SEO. Kind of have bad news for you. In my opinion, I think that if you're wondering what is SEO, unless you are an online marketer and you are planning to monetize this information, I don't think that you need to know as much as the what when it comes to the world of SEO as you need to know the why. I think that, in my opinion, that's a much deeper and relevant question, because what I want to do is to give you the access to how is it that SEO will play into the growth of your business. I want to be talking about your short-term goals and your long-term goals, and how can you leverage the power of organic search to grow your business. So in theory, what SEO is part of the search engine marketing. Search engine marketing is essentially the practices that are going to happen to improve the showings that you have when people are searching for either the services that you provide or your name. So SEO, unlike many people might think, is not just about Google. In fact, everywhere that you see that magnifier, there is an opportunity to search. Amazon has their very own SEO. Instagram has their very own SEO. Anything, anywhere in the internet where you can search, that means that you can optimize the results that are going to come up when you search, and optimizing those results so that you can achieve that visibility is what SEO is. Okay, so I want to share my screen and kind of give you the why you need SEO to grow your business. And actually, maybe you realize after this video, I'm not into the SEO because it's not a fit for me at this moment. Or you're like, wow, I'm very behind and I just didn't know that I needed to do this, because that was my case. When I grew my business, I first grew a consulting company, and I was told that all I needed to do was to put an offer online, to use my website so I could capture the lead, and then pitch my offer using webinars, going to events, meet a lot of people, and then with hope, I was going to be growing my business. I was not told what visibility was. I actually thought that all of those things that were related with SEO, Google, advertising, that was left for the big players. But guess what? You are a big player. You don't need to wait until anything. And the sooner that you can start navigating this world of search engine, the better you are going to be conquering those rankings. So let me share my screen. All right, so here's the deal, okay? Let's just make this as if you are, okay, this in the middle, okay, this is you. And this first circle is going to be your immediate radius of how many people you can reach. So I'm going to say that part of the things that you have been told that you need to do to grow your business are, for example, you need to collect emails, okay? You have been told that you need to network. You have been told that you need to do ads. You have been told that you can do, mailers. And the list can go on and on and on, depending on what industry you are. What all of these practices have in common is that whenever you stop doing this, your business is just going to stop the growth, okay? Why? Because you're not doing anything to attract people coming your way. You're doing things to be in front of people, but all of those things are in what we called the outbound, okay? Another way to say this is push marketing. And don't get me wrong, there is many businesses, especially local businesses, that they thrive in outbound and push marketing, especially because, in my opinion, That's what the industry has done all this time, and nobody is actually kind of like doing anything else but just doing advertising or doing the things that are going to be in this category of push marketing. Now, what SEO is actually quite the opposite. With SEO, what you're going to be doing is that first, you're going to be understanding what is your market share. In other words, if you are a square like this and you know that your market share is like this, well, you get to see like where do you stand and what is your capacity. The fact is that not every business is ready to grow and to scale, correct? It depends on the stage. I have met with business owners that have told me, I can't really afford to get any other client. And that's a very common in the construction industry, cleaning services. Why? Because you need to provide your time, or if you want to leverage somebody else's time, the labor is costly and it's kind of like tricky to grow a business where you need to invest more if you want to grow more. Okay. And because of that, maybe you don't need a large net, right? Maybe you're just playing in this size, and maybe you're just in a couple of zip codes, and that's it. That's what you need for those particular businesses that you're fine where you are, but you want a little bit of growth and you want especially like slow to grow slowly. Local SEO is going to be very good. Okay. And what you want to do with your local SEO is that at least you are extending yourself just a little bit, and you want some, areas where you want to attract people coming your way. Okay. Anything that you do when it comes to search optimization, that means that you're leveraging platforms like Google, platforms like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Google Maps, Yelp, any other yellow pages and such. There are going to be opportunities where you can come up in the search. Thumbtack is another one. So if you get to be visible in those platforms, people are going to find about you. A pro tip here is that you need to make sure that the information that you have is consistent across all of those channels where you're going to be publishing your information. Okay. But let's say that you're not a local business owner, and you want to leverage the opportunity to grow a business that is not just a business, but is also a brand. Okay.
Yes!
And we get this question a lot. And I'm sorry that I'm going to take a couple of more minutes to go here because I think that this is a very important topic. What's the difference between a business and a brand? And you can say that it's the same, but generally speaking, when somebody considers themselves a brand, they are actually thinking about longevity of their business. When you are a brand, you are known for something. People talk about you, and word of mouth marketing is very powerful. To this day, there is no other channel that converts the highest than word of mouth. When people come refer to you, chances to become a client is going to be more than 92%. Okay. And you want to establish that word of mouth, but online. And how can you do it? How can you cast a bigger net so that other people can see about you, can kind of like hear about you, even if they're not going to be buying from you? That's one of the main important elements that makes a difference between just being transactional, which is growing just a business, versus growing a brand. You want to establish that loyalty, you want to establish that reputation, you want to potentially expand your verticals. And you see that, for example, if you're providing services today, but in the future, you can turn those services into a digital product, or maybe you want to sell merch, or maybe you want to have an e-commerce component of your services. That's actually very common these days. I think we all have learned that the best way to create a stable, right, quote unquote plan is to not rely on anything else, but you becoming resourceful and you really reaping the benefits of the digital economy. So if you are thinking about becoming a brand, SEO is going to be your channel where
Yes.
you can actually expand that visibility without having to do what? Without having to just pay for ads, without having to do mailers, without having to push out email campaigns, buying listings, and without you personally having to go to network. So people that want to do SEO, they think of the following. So let's say that you want to build a brand and you're like, okay, Jessica, I want to build a brand. Show me how is it that you're going to build a brand. Okay. So when you're going to build a brand, you are here and you have this idea and this concept of building a brand. Okay. The first thing that you want to do is to have a website. Okay. This website, you might think that is a website, but in reality, what a website is code. Okay. Behind this website, behind every page of your website, there is a code. And once you build that website, this code is going to basically be kind of like threaded into, into something that is called a sitemap. And now things are going to get a little bit complicated. And this is why I told you, I don't think you need to know the what. I think you need to know the why. Okay. So if your website has been set up with SEO in mind, that means that all of these components, even the name of your website, okay, the name of each page, the settings of each page. That's where you can see if you have been building your website yourself, you might see SEO somewhere where when you were building those pages. That matters. The images matter. Okay. And this is a component of SEO that most people know. This is all considered part of on-page SEO, which is something that Google has clarified that they actually wait a lot when it comes to giving you the visibility. And beyond these components, there's also the experience that people will have when they land on your page. And what happens? When you hit all of these check marks, your website is ready to be known in Google. And what is going to happen there? Each time that you post a page, you are going to be opening an opportunity, an opportunity, an opportunity, an opportunity. Each page is an opportunity. And you're like, an opportunity for what? An opportunity for what? I want you to think that each page is actually like a magnet, okay? A magnet. And you are just attracting people coming to your website, okay? Which people? Well, with SEO, you can strategize. Who do you want to attract? With SEO, you can, in fact, attract multiple segments of your audience.
Yes.
With SEO, you can see if those people are interested in buying from you. And if they didn't buy, you're going to be seeing why they didn't buy, potentially if you're tracking the right things. So, because of the power of SEO, you have this magnificent opportunity to be a magnet. So, we're going to be transferring the magnet here, right? Sorry that I'm not an expert in drawing, but this is kind of your magnet. And now your website becomes this magnet. And you have to make the decision of where are you going to be launching this magnet? Who do you want to attract from your market share? And this is the part where you can control a little bit, but this is where some businesses that they are not able to afford the scaling part, they're like, well, I don't think we're ready yet, right? So we don't always need to start thinking, oh my gosh, let's just attract all of these, component of your audience. You don't have to start there, right? Maybe what you want is just to have an opportunity where you have the size of a market where you can manage, right? And how can you do it? Why SEO is important and how can you do it? So why you want to do SEO? You want to do SEO because number one, we said it's not going to be relying on you. In fact, an agency can take care of all your SEO and you don't have to put any effort pretty much, okay? So what the agency will do for you is that they're going to start by leveraging the content that you have on your website. They're going to be identifying which corners in this market are available for you. And sometimes the opportunity is like right here, right here. And you don't know because, like they say, what you don't know that you don't know is what's costing you business. So let's say that the team identifies that there is an opportunity here and your magnet is right here. Well, guess what? They're going to be bridging this gap and driving traffic to your website. Okay. And once you have a solid amount of traffic to this website, you have the data and they can tell you, you know what? This data was good. This was good traffic, but it's not quite qualified traffic. And you're like, what do I need to do now? Okay, well, let's dig in this piece of the market share that this is kind of related to these people, but not quite. So let's just actually dig a little bit deeper into this. And now you have another component of your audience that is just coming to your website, coming to your website. And then after you do that, that's actually what we do with SEO content writing campaigns, right? Once we identify that you have a good piece of the market share, which we can see in our reports, we're like, all right, we feel very comfortable here. If you are comfortable with your sales, what about amplifying these particular great thing that is happening in your business? And you will be like, oh, can I do that? Yes, of course. So what do you think that we are going to be doing when we have two markets that we know that are connecting to our website and we're generating traffic that is driving conversions? What do you think we can do? Well, once you have that, in fact, what I would recommend that you do is that this is where you can put all of these into a jet. I always just say this. We all have choices, right? So SEO is when you choose to go to, let's say we're in Texas and you want to go to California, you have a few choices. You can go in a train, you can go in your car, or you can just take an airplane, right? So if you want to take the route of the airplane and you want to go very, very fast, you know what you will do? You will activate a paid campaign, okay? With activating the paid campaign, you are going to be conquering all of these zones. The beauty of a paid campaign that has been validated with your organic traffic is that you're going to be wasting very little, okay? There's almost zero waste when it comes to that budget because we don't need to invent anything. We know exactly what works and we just want to penetrate everybody that is included on that part of the market share. Okay. And now with this, you're like, ooh, I like that. Can you identify what else can we do? Who else can we sell? Or what else can we sell? Here, if you think into SEO, you're going to be thinking about building audience, building people, connecting with people, having that conversation, having that relationship with your people. And that's why when you think into this SEO, you're thinking also about your audience. You're thinking about the disciplines of user experience, for instance. And again, if now with paid, let's say that you got more budget and you can hire the agency so that this time they can do, instead of like, for example, if your agency was doing 10 articles per month, at this point, you want to do paid, but I don't want you to rely just in paid. This time, how about if we just go 5x, right? Or you're like, no, I'm going to do the Grand Cardone. I'm going to go big or go bigger. So you want to do 10x. How does that look like if you're going to be doing 10x? Well, you're going to be planting a much bigger mark in the market, okay? And with content, you're going to be signaling, I'm sorry about this, it should be black here. So with your content, you're going to be doing all of this, and now you're going to be adding all of this. And depending on your budget and how big you can go, you see where this is going? At some point, you keep just really conquering that market share. And that's how you create that domination, okay? So why you want SEO? because you want to conquer that. You want to be known for, you want to be visible. You want people to know about you, whether they are close to you or not. So if you see that you can build beyond a business, you can build a brand. And if you see that today is when you need to start investing in a good SEO strategy so that you can grow bigger. So what do you think? Are you excited to grow your brand? Are you excited to see how far can you go? Are you going to implement what Grant Cardone says, go big or go bigger? Because that's what they do. That's why they all do. They create content. They are unapologetic about it. Nobody needs to give you permission. Nobody needs to give you permission to say, you know what, you have the rights to be on this market. It's all about you, and you can control how quick you want to penetrate that market, how wide you want to penetrate that market, what are the products that you're going to drive the attention to, and at some point you're going to get the chance to amplify and then really grow the brand that is going to allow you to have that legacy that I feel that deep inside that it's what you want. It's what you want. So what I'm going to do on this video, I'm going to be adding a couple of links where I'm inviting you to have a consultation where we can talk about your online visibility, where you are today. And no worries if you know already that you're not ready to grow your brand yet and you need a little bit more of hand holding. We have resources where you can just start there, and we can also have a conversation. So I hope that I can see you soon, and until the next video.